Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Psalm 23 is one of the most famous psalms of all the book of Psalm. It's a psalm that is read in funerals. It's a psalm that is in books, on calendars. It's framed in pictures. People recite it. People know it. Whether it's religious people, non-religious people, nearly everybody is familiar with Psalm 23. And it does have universal appeal to it. And it is very eloquently and beautifully written. And so it's no wonder that it is such a popular psalm. And I think it's worth our time today focusing on this psalm in our devotion. And what I'd really like to do is just zero in on the very first verse of the psalm. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And that seems to be the theme of the whole psalm, because as you continue to read the psalm, you find that everything that's being described shows the full supply of the shepherd and how the shepherd met the needs of the psalmist. And the psalmist recognized it. Just as a sheep would receive everything that it needs from the shepherd: food, shelter, protection, guidance, all those different things. So the Lord was to the psalmist, to David here. David recognized the Lord's provision, I shall not want; his rest, he makes me lie down in green pastures; his peace, he leads me beside still quiet waters; his refreshment, he restores my soul; his guidance, he guides me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake; his comfort, your rod and your staff, they comfort me; and his blessing, you have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. And so here the psalmist recognizes that just as a shepherd is everything to the sheep, so the Lord was everything to him. And hopefully as we read it today, we can come across with that or go away with that same idea. And this will do several things for us in helping us in life. When we recognize that the Lord is the source of everything for our life, and that everything comes from him, and that we are ultimately dependent on him for everything that we have, whether it's life or food, clothing, shelter, spiritual blessings, you name it. When we recognize that he is the ultimate source and the one source for everything that we need, it helps us in life. For one, it helps simplify life. It simplifies life. To know that there is just one source for all these things. It might be used, or it might be displayed in different ways. The Lord may use different agents to bring his blessings. He might use different tools and means to bring about our provision. But ultimately, everything comes from and has its source in God. You know, we wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for God. And so that in and of itself shows us that everything that we have, everything that we are, everything that we do is made possible because of the Lord. And that makes life simple. Oftentimes we think life is very complicated. And it's because we have our hands in too many pots. We have our lives compartmentalized. We say, well, you know, the Lord has Sunday morning, but then I have my job, then I have my family, I have my social life, and all these different compartments are separated, and each of them require their own attention and needs. And life kind of gets messy, it gets complicated and chaotic. But when we realize, you know, I really just have one source of all these things, God, it simplifies things. It simplifies the way that we process life. But it also prioritizes life as well. Once you realize that everything that you have, everything that you are, everything that you do is made possible because of God, then the natural conclusion is that then he should have priority over everything in my life. That I should put him first in everything, and that he should be in everything. Not just Sunday morning, but I should involve God in my family life, in my career, in also maybe my social life with my friends and whoever else I hang out with. Once we realize that God is the ultimate source of everything, and that we are ultimately and utterly dependent on him, then we know we should put him first and include him in everything by prayerfully bringing him into every situation, considering him in every thought and action and decision that we make. Priority is given to God when we see him as our full supply. But then also, these first two things then lead to a focused life. Once we simplified life and kind of boil everything down to our relationship with God, and once we've prioritized life by putting God in his proper place, now we can have a focused life. A life where we're not chasing after 1,000 different things, but we're focused on one thing, and that is building up our relationship with the Lord, focusing on him and putting him first, and chasing after the Lord, drawing close to him in fellowship, drawing close to him in prayer and worship, reading his word and meditating on his word, realizing that we are here just for a short amount of time, but that we are truly looking forward to eternity, and knowing that God is eternal and will be here long after this world is gone. We now focus on the Lord and have him as our ultimate focus. Not that we don't take care of our family or attend to our jobs or any of those other things, but that we do it with a focused heart and a focused mind that is putting everything under God's rule and God's sovereignty, to live before him in each and everything that we do. And so we can be focused on the Lord, yes, tending to other things, but at the same time having our minds and our hearts focused on him while we do it, and therefore have a life of purpose and meaning as we live out this life. And so Psalm 23 brings us a beautiful truth. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And because I shall not want, because he is my full supply, my life can be simplified by that truth. My life can be prioritized by that truth. And my life can be focused because of that truth. So let's let Psalm 23 impress that on our hearts today as we do our reading. And with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. I hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.